Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. On the screen is Stan the Man, and resident intern channel is Forky. I wish I could get them live on camera, but, screen captures and all that. You may have been wondering why we haven't seen any videos in a while. I used to be pumping out one a day. A couple different reasons. Kind of big one is the holidays. Another one is some burnout. Doing these videos can be trying, especially when I'm suffering some technical difficulties and so forth. And things have just been kind of busy. And yeah, it's better to kind of ease back, I think, when you're facing that, because if you try to really just push when you're facing burnout, it just makes the burnout worse. I'm not sure how things are going to go coming in the new year. I definitely think I'm going to make some changes and maybe not do quite as many videos. We'll see how that goes. I haven't fully decided. But anyways, this one I already recorded last week, and then it didn't take, and I just was really pissed off. So here it is again. I'm going to try to do it justice. It really is hard when you've already done it once and try to capture everything that you did the first time, especially when it's been like a week. So I don't even know if I can remember the book because it's not that memorable. We're talking about New Mutants number 3 here. Now, if you saw my video for New Mutants number 2, you know that I thought it was god-awful. I hated that book. I wanted to rip it up. It made me angry. It was worse than a Bendis book in many ways, because not only did it feature some of the same tropes and the whole silly Billy humor, like things that Bendis does, but all the characters were turned into assholes. I hated every single one of them. I just wanted to see them get vaporized, and that should not be the case. That's not how you should write comics. So this is New Mutants number 3. This one's not written by Jonathan Hickman, which also was another reason I was kind of upset about that last book, because Jonathan Hickman's the one who got me to jump on this Dawn of X ship. And I feel like I've been sold a bill of goods. I feel like it's bait and switch. I feel like I don't know how someone who could write House of X and Powers of 10 could write something so atrociously bad. Now, this book, issue 3, is written by Ed Brisson. Hickman had announced when this book was coming out, the series that is, that he was going to write the first several issues and then hand it over to Brisson. In fact, I remember him distinctly saying he was going to write the first 6 issues. I could be wrong on that, but I seem to remember it was going to be the first 6 issues, and he was going to hand it over to Ed because he had something really special that he needed to get out with the New Mutants and set things up. And here it is, after just 2 issues, now Ed Brisson's taking over, and those 2 issues that Hickman wrote are garbage. Nothing happens. They just go off into space, and they're a bunch of delinquents that you just don't... I don't understand what Hickman needed to accomplish there. It seems utterly pointless to me. If you needed to just say, he needed to get him in Shi'ar space. I think Ed Brisson is probably more than capable of getting the New Mutants into space. I think if you just give some direction, say, hey, this is where they need to go, so that the bigger picture story can pick up from, can you find a creative way to get him there? Let Ed do it. I'm sure Ed could have done it, and probably a lot better. I didn't see anything in that book that needed Hickman's personal touch. But anyways, moving along, we got issue number 3, and guess what? It doesn't even feature the New Mutants. All those New Mutants in issue number 2 that went off into space, they're not in this book. This is New Mutants. Now, this cover is by Rod Rice. The interiors are not Rod Rice. It's a C-list artist at Marvel, not surprisingly, but at least it actually fits the art style that House of X and Powers of X kind of established, that I was hoping would be the look of the series. I do not like how Dawn of X has all these different styles, not just in the art, but also in the way the books are written. They're all over the place. And some people say, well, they have different target audiences and so forth. That should not be the case. If you're writing a series of books that are all meant to be this like continuing story, they should all have the same target audience. They should all have the same tone, same flavor, same look, right? Because we're being told to read these books in special order. At the end of each book, we're given a list of like, here's the next one. They're even being released in trades that way, right? So for instance, you're going to get a trade paperback that has X-Men #1, Excalibur #1, New Mutants #1, like, not like X-Men #1 through 6, but Dawn of X, all #1s. And then the next trade paperback is all the Dawn of X #2. So it's clear that they're saying these all go together, yet we're going to make them all separate and different, and that, whatever. So, we start off, Krakoa. This place, I love it. I know, it's great. When I first discovered I was a mutant, I thought, that's it. My life as I knew it is pretty much over. I thought I'd have to spend the rest of my time hiding from everyone, from everything. I mean, we had the mansion and each other, but we were still hiding. Hiding together is still hiding. If I'd only known. Oh, immediately I'm just like, red flags. Yeah. Hiding in Rochester, New York, in a multi-million-dollar mansion full of dozens and dozens of people that are like you and are all part of your little tribe. You all have special powers. You're all geniuses, getting the best education in the world. Money is no object. Everything's paid for you. These are the most spoiled brats I can imagine. Everything is gifted to them. Everything. Charles Xavier just is this untold wealthy guy that they never even talk about how much money he has. He just seemingly just has whatever he needs. I'm sorry. Like, I read this and I'm like, oh, you suffered a little racial bigotry once? Or maybe you saw it on TV. Or maybe someone just tweeted something mean to you. And so you're just like, my life is over on me. It's just so retarded, this victim mentality. And it hits home to me personally just because it's so real. We see it everywhere we go in modern times. In 2019, so many people are just looking to be victims, and they are holding on to it like their life depends on it. And so when I read comics and I see these characters that are like, oh, look, you're very healthy, you're a good-looking girl, you have a rich lifestyle, you have everything you want provided to you, you've got superpowers, you've got a bunch of people who take you in purely because you're a mutant, so therefore you're absolutely accepted and never have to worry about being ostracized or having to even worry about fitting in. Everything is provided for you. You pretty much live in a utopia. And now you literally do live on this island utopia called Krakoa, where apparently, in this instance, hiding together is no longer still hiding. Hiding on the rich mansion is hiding. Hiding on this island paradise, not hiding. Doesn't make sense. If only we all knew that this, not only was it possible, but it was right under our noses the whole time. Look how happy everyone is. Yeah, it's Neverland. That's what this is. That's the positive way to look at it. Actually, the first way I looked at it was just a hippie commune. But really, it's just a bunch of teenagers not having parents. It's a fantasy of just no authority, party all the time, do what you want, no one to judge you, and not having to have any sort of discipline, and then complain about every little thing in your life when there's people starving in the world and getting abducted and raped daily, in Africa. But your life is so hard because you were born with an X gene. But not everyone is here, and that sort of tempers it for me. Maybe I wonder if we could find who's missing. Go find them and bring them here. Let them glob. Look, in this paradise, even a dude who looks freakish like this, Glob would have to be one of the scariest looking freakazoid things you can imagine. Now, when you see him drawn like this, it's kind of cartoony, and you're like, But try to imagine what he would look in a photorealistic setting, where you'd see through his skin, you can see his organs, his eyeballs, like he's disgusting. Okay? He's absolutely disgusting, but in this world, he can get the little pixie girl who's so cute. And then we can see, oh, look at how perfect life is. So perfect. Again, how am I supposed to feel any sorrow in the world for these people? I thought they lived a life of oppression and hatred. No, they don't. They don't. They're the biggest crybabies. Yeah. No mutant is an island. The nation of Krakoa is safe. Is a safe haven for humankind. But there are still mutants who haven't come to the island. And why would anyone want to miss out on paradise? Why would they? And so here is the cast for today's issue. Notice no new mutants. I guess the closest thing is Boom Boom. She was part of X-Force. And it's just thrown together. So we get cut to a scene with Armor. That's the girl that we started with, who's just a dumb character to begin with. I don't know why they go and revisit these characters that don't need to be brought back. When you're rebooting the X-Men, let's reboot the classic core characters. Just, if you want to trickle in some of these other D-list characters later, fine. But they're just open the floodgates. So every character, up to and including Beak, who was meant to be a joke of a character, and he's in this issue. So she's bothering Sage, and Sage is like, you know that all mutants are invited to Krakoa. Charles sent them a message. They already know. I do. I just thought, I thought it would be good to cross-reference. See who's here and who's not. Maybe some mutants need help finding their way here. There are, approximately 16, 17 million mutants? I can't remember the exact count on one of the previous white pages, but apparently Ed Brisson didn't read this, and apparently whoever's editing these books didn't read those either. How do you cross-reference 16 million people and decide, who's missing? I'm sure it could be done. I'm sure it's going to involve probably a lot of computations, a large census. It would probably take quite a few people, not just one girl in a book with a list of, and she's just like, oh, Bishop, okay, he's here. Oh, Dazzler, yep, she's here. Like, that would be the most inefficient way to catalog 16 plus million people. Like, it just makes no sense. And of course, you're starting off with the important people because, like actuality, and X-Men writers try to write as if like humanity's all bad and wrong, and that we got the bigotry, and people should be all equal. Even in mutant society, it's the same exact thing. There's the hierarchy of who are the important people, Bishop and Dazzler. She didn't name off one of the, 16 million other people that aren't an X-Men we know. Just so she does come across Beak. They're like, oh, Beak's missing. And no sign of Beak. He's still out there in the wild. Oh, well, what about Angel Salvador and their kids? This always drives me nuts that they named another X character Angel when there already is an Angel. But that's modern Marvel, right? We got a million Spider-Men, got multiple Hawkeyes. Everyone just likes to just take other people's names. I'm being a little bit harsh. I think that's actually her real name, is actually just birth name of Angel. So, this was a kind of a funny scene. Sage is like, so what do you think? You think that's enough to get you started? Maybe I can get back to work? Which would seem like an appropriate response, but earlier, right one page before, she's like, but it's not like I've got anything better to do. Keep going. So she like offers her help because she is bored, doesn't have anything better to do. And in the next page, she's like, can you let me get back to my work, please? You're bothering me. Again, this is one of those weird editorial things that, maybe Ed, in his first draft, wrote it a certain way and then decided to change how something went or whatever, but lingering parts didn't get cut out. I don't know. But again, that's in a world of no editing, that's what happens. And, look at her. She's like, yeah, don't rush. She's all exasperated. It's like, you were just willing to help her. And now you're just like, God, get out of my hair. Meanwhile, Glob, whatever, this stupid character, is lying in his room, daydreaming about Pixie Girl. And they're just talking about Krakoa. And I'm just like, oh, geez. And he just starts to talk. You think I got a shot with Pixie? I mean, we danced and, never mind. He's all shy. And then we get this face. Just ask her. That's a terrible face. Just ask her. Bitch, have you seen what Glob looks like? Do you have any empathy in your mind whatsoever? Weren't you the girl just moments ago being like, I thought my life was over, I'm a mutant. But no, you got to be a cute little girl who doesn't have any problems in the world. Your life is perfect. This dude is a walking fucking horror show, right? And he likes a girl, and you're just like, just ask her. Just ask her. And he's like, forget I said anything. It was stupid to think. Glob, I think I know why Beak and Angel haven't come in. And again, doesn't even care. Just moves on, changes the subject, and now it's about her again. Whatever. So then they're running around the island, and they find Boom Boom sneaking around Roberto's room like a total stalker chick. But it's cool. I mean, we're mutants. We're allowed to be crazy psycho stalkers because we're not humans. So this girl, she's like, please tell me you're planning some sort of adventure. I guess so. We're going to bring this to help our friend, and then see if we can't convince Beak and Angel to come to Krakoa. I know Roberto is supposed to be working on the pharmaceutical side of business on the island, and was hoping that he could help us with some medicine. Look at this wall of text. It's unimportant. Any chance of, fighting an anti-mutant death cult or some sort of extraterrestrial race that wants to lay eggs in our ears? At which point, I, as the reader, feel exactly like this character. I'm like, yeah, any chance that we're going to get an actual X-Men type story, a New Mutant story, where you're fighting some bad guys or anything? Nope. We're going to Nebraska to see Beak, because that's what readers are dying for. I'm dying for a bunch of D-list mutant characters that aren't good enough to be on a team in their own books. I'm dying to see an adventure where they go and try to convince Beak to come live on the island. That is a pitch. I would have loved to have been in the pitch room to hear about that story. Ugh, Nebraska, she says. You don't have any friends in Madripoor or Monster Island or something that we can go rescue instead? I seek adventure armor. Do you hear me? Adventure. Yeah, so do we. Our $4.99 sought adventure when we bought this book. You can come with us if you want. Nebraska, though. I guess I got nothing else going on. So let me see if I can't find out this medicine for you. And it's like, oh, Jesus. Okay, so then we get this white page about Monas Motricium Dementia, MMD. And it's a Wikipedia page, essentially, of what this disease is. TLDR, it's basically like Alzheimer's, okay? Just for the layman. It makes you forget stuff. You can't. And it's fatal within 6 months. So 2 days later, they're walking to the portal. And apparently only one of them is bringing a bag of stuff. No one's bringing a change of clothes. And then these kids show up. Where are you two sneaking off to? Are you... And... Sorry, I can't remember to scroll down. Wait, no, we're not sneaking off. Glob thinks, that, they're indicating some romantic thing. Get it? Come on, Glob. We're going to help a friend. Can we come? No. We're going to just talk to some friends, some people who should be here, and we see if we can't convince them to come to Krakoa. That's all. You guys would be bored. Trust me, kids, she's right. Because we're all bored. This is boring. Are you kidding? We can help. If your friend doesn't want to come here, we can make him want to come. I'll make him all happy. Manon can give him positive memories. Like he already lived here. I don't know how to pronounce these names. I think it's Manon. So maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. Maxime and Manon. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. If I'm wrong, comments are down below. You know how to correct me. See, we're helpful. She thinks for a second. Oh, you could use her manipulative powers to convince him to come. And then she's like, fine, you can come. What? You can come? So you're going to manipulate? But no messing with our friends' emotions or memories. It has to be their decision. What? Okay, so their pitch to you is, look, we can be helpful because we have these powers that can emotionally manipulate them into doing what you want. And she says, oh, okay, you've sold me. You can come. Except, don't use your powers because we want it to be their choice. Then why are they coming? Do you understand? This should have been no, you need to stay. Your powers aren't needed here. We don't need that. And your kids. Also, your kids. Do your parents know where you're going? No, it doesn't matter. Let's just go into this portal across the other side of the world. No parents, no guardian figures, whatever. They just take them and they go to Nebraska and they show up and God, this is so boring. More standing around talking. And then, oh, look, it's Beak. Everyone's favorite X-Men. We missed Beak so much. And then, look, apparently in new X-Men world where nothing matters, mutations don't occur at puberty, like that's been the case forever. And also, it's not really a mutation. Apparently, it's just genetic traits. Look at all the boys look like dad, and all the girls look like mom, because mutations. Oh, look, and they're hugging. Oh, Angel, so good to see you. And then, oh, Beak, look. Oh, look, let's touch our foreheads, and it's a sensitive, touching moment, like a Hallmark movie. And then the kids, oh, look, the kids are all rambunctious, and then, oh, look, and then we'll stand around and introduce ourselves, and then kids go out and play. Okay, look, aha, tee hee hee. Look at the cutesy kids that, again, like, just don't have mutations. They just have the same exact qualities of the mom and dad and before puberty. And I'm sorry, no chick is being with this guy. It's not happening. But it's comics. So we find out, surprise, the reason why Beak and Angel can't go to Krakoa is because Beak's parents are sick. Well, the dad is sick. And he has, guess what disease? You got it. The Wikipedia disease. So this issue seems like Ed Brisson, it's like, quick, Ed, can you come up with a story? And he goes through it. It's like, oh, to flip through Wikipedia. Oh, here's a disease. I'll make up a story about a character. So he's sick and diseased, but don't worry. Do not worry. Remember those drugs we were talking about before? Well, they snuck some drugs, and they're immediately just pumping it into his IV. She's not a licensed medical practitioner, mind you. Not at all. Just a teenage girl just injecting with this green stuff into his arm. The island has given us so many wonderful things, Beak, including medicines, illnesses that had no cure. Do now. Oh, look at that. Because we have the miracle drugs. And so I was hoping he was going to wake up and turn into this monster thing. But no, that would have been cool and creative, and it would have taught us a lesson that people who aren't, licensed medical doctors with proper training or pharmacists should not be dispensing drugs. Oh my God, Charles! And then, of course, he's all healed and everyone's sad. Look at all this forced emotion. Friends, Dad, they helped you. It was nice to meet you, Mr. Bohusk. Beak, we'll be downstairs. Enjoy your time. Don't worry about us. Of course, it's all perfect. It's all quaint. And then we get this white page about the Academos habitat, which is this called the Sextant, and it's some buildings on the island. And in case you didn't know how these buildings related to one another, here you go. The only thing interesting here is G, where the Omega House is redacted. So you're like, ooh, there's a mystery here. But this really gives us nothing. It's pointless. Sorry about my phone there in the middle of the video. So now we cut back later, and they're all sitting around the counter having some tea. Isn't this why you read comics? It's why I read comics. I was really, really hoping we were going to get to a scene where these characters were sitting around talking and drinking tea. We get lots of sitting around talking, but when the tea scene comes, it's like, yes, this is what it's all about. So stupid. Look at this, how much text. Oh, look, they got cookies too. So exciting. Oh, and look, she even holds the tea with her pinky out. That's a deformed looking pinky. And just everyone is so quaint and happy. Oh, look, everything's so perfect. And then Beak's got a strange look on his face. He looks worried. The kids, he says, Armor, did you bring others with you? And she's like, oh, what? What are you talking about? I just travel through gates and give people drugs, dude. And I abduct young kids to come with me. So we flip. And she's like, no, it was just 4 of us, unless someone... Beak, what's wrong? Where are the kids? Everyone's panicking. Oh, no, they look out the window. And, oh, look, it's a bunch of crazy hoodlums. Why don't you freaks come on out? Let us have a chat. And, of course, in 2019 Marvel, even the bad guy hoodlums are all a perfect mix of diversity. We've got the black guy. We got the white, presumably Italian guy. We got the Asian guy. We got the Hispanic. Oh, wait. Is that the Asian guy? Wait, that's the Asian guy. That's the Hispanic guy? I don't know. Then we got this guy. What is he? Like the Native American? I don't know. But it's there's not a single duplication of ethnicities, because we have to have absolute diversity at every second of time perfectly. And so these guys show up on this farm in the middle of Nebraska, the middle of nowhere, where a bunch of people mind their business, and they just show up out of nowhere for unknown reason, because plot. And then Angel freaks out. You brought them here! No, I've never seen these men before in my life. And then she just says, I'll deal with this. It'll be okay. Oh, my kids. Oh, Jesus. First of all, if you live in an area that has people like this that come onto farms, like this is either a hostile area or it's not. This should have happened a long time ago. Or it shouldn't be happening now. It makes no sense. But like I said a moment ago, it's plot. And then Beak consoles her and is like, oh, they have our babies. Oh, and more tears flowing. And he says to her, please, I need you. You're the strong one. If you fall apart, I'm not strong enough to do this. Of course, because Beak is a total beta male. And as I've always discussed on this channel, in modern comics, with progressivism, males need to always be presented as, beta sort of simpletons or doofuses, basically weak-minded, not able to do things for themselves. They need a strong woman to take care of things. Or if they are alpha, if they are strong males, then they need to be presented as raging assholes who are extremely toxic. You can never just have a good man. It's so whatever. So Beak's not able to do anything. He stays behind while Mom comes out with these other X characters that we don't care about to do something. What do you want? And are you the mutant in charge here? Are you the one who will speak for the group? I want to make sure I'm speaking with the mutant who can negotiate with me, who can give me what I need. that was way too long. Can you just say, are you the mutant in charge here? That's it. That's all you need to say. You didn't need to write this gigantic word. Are you getting paid by the word? You kind of refused our people access to important medicines. This is something I would like to change. Actually, no, mutants are not denying people access to important medicines. They are illegally violating international borders to smuggle in drugs. How this guy would even know about that, I don't know. It doesn't seem to matter. How he would know that these guys are even here because they just showed up through a portal gate, like, nothing matters. So she's like, I got armor powers, and I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. And then this guy's got a bazooka. And then, boom, he shoots with the bazooka. And then it's like, see, that was a power dampening missile. Of course, because plot. That's the perfect... So these guys have weaponry to disable mutant powers. These guys are super high tech, but yet they're out in the middle of a cornfield in Nebraska harassing a poor family. Just none of this makes any sense. And he's like, try it again, the children are gonna die. And you're like, oh, okay. And then that's it. That was New Mutants number 3. It's a joke of a comic, but not the kind of joke that you laugh at. This wasn't a David Chappelle routine. This was a joke. The joke's on you. You paid $4 for this nonsense of pretty mediocre art, a nonsense story. And here we go. Here's all the more books you got to keep buying to keep paying Marvel's bills. Look at this. Just in the next the week of December 11th and 18th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books in a 1 week period. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to make it kind of snarky a little bit and kind of sarcastic and hopefully have a little bit of humor. If you like the style, let me know. It means this is a joke. This whole Dawn of X is just falling apart so fast. I can't believe it. And I'm really sad because if you saw my House of X, Powers of X videos, I was on board, man. So let me know what you're thinking about these books. I know I am not the voice of everyone. I know there's people who are defending some of these books. I know people who said Mutants number 2 was great. I was like, I don't understand. Did we read the same book? I love hearing from you guys. I do read everything, even though I don't always comment back. But you can tell when I put the little check mark, the heart there, I've seen it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.